In the cradle of civilization, beneath the unforgiving gaze of a merciless sun, a legend stirred a legend whispered on the wind, chilling as a desert serpent's kiss. It spoke of the evil eye, a curse not of gnashing teeth and blood-curdling roars, but of a single, searing glance, a flicker of malevolent will that could pierce through flesh and bone like a poisoned arrow. This wasn't a monstrosity from the deepest caverns, but a terror that lurked in the seemingly innocuous, the envious neighbor, the bitter rival, even the overly effusive compliment. This chilling belief, older than the pyramids themselves, slithered through human history like a venomous asp. The Romans, those masters of stoicism, even they couldn't escape its icy grip. They called it fascinum, a word that sent shivers down the spine, for it hinted at the seductive, almost hypnotic power of the evil eye. Fascinated, they murmured, the very word a stark reminder of how easily one could be drawn in, only to be struck down by a hidden darkness. Imagine a bustling marketplace, a tapestry of sights and smells that could both invigorate and unnerve. A young mother, her heart heavy with a love as fierce as the desert sun, navigates the throng, clutching her precious babe close. Her eyes dart nervously, searching, for she knows the legend of the ayin haresh, the Hebrew term for the jealous eye. Tales of mothers losing their children to a withering glance, crops withering under a covetous stare, have become grim bedtime stories. Here, fear is a palpable entity, clinging to the air like the desert heat. Keen Ein Hor as she whispers under her breath, a desperate plea for safety, no evil eye. Across the sapphire expanse of the Aegean Sea, the Greeks, those who spun tales of gods and heroes, spun a different strand of the legend. They spoke of the bustling, a curse that went beyond misfortune. It was a twisted energy, a malevolent force that could twist a life out of shape, souring the sweetest love, bringing sickness that defied diagnosis. Sailors venturing out onto the tempestuous seas, braving the wrath of Poseidon himself, felt a different kind of fear. They weren't just worried about monstrous krakens or treacherous storms. They feared the envious stares of unseen forces lurking in the depths, the bustling of a jealous god or a vengeful spirit. To ward it off, they affixed large eyes to the prows of their ships, not just to see their way through the churning waves, but to stare back, to challenge the unseen with a defiant gaze of their own. But who wielded this dark power? Was it the old crone muttering curses from her rickety porch? The handsome stranger whose smile seemed a touch too eager? Some cultures pointed the finger at those with physical anomalies, the woman with eyes that seemed to look inwards, the child with skin as pale as moonlight. Others whispered of those consumed by malevolent emotions, their very negativity warping the world around them. Even a compliment, too effusive, too heartfelt, could be misconstrued as a harbinger of the evil eye. Fear, it seemed, was fertile ground for suspicion. Yet, humanity, ever resourceful, devised countless ways to combat this unseen threat. The concept of mirroring the evil eye back to its sender was a popular strategy. Imagine a bustling workshop, the rhythmic clang of the hammer on metal a constant hum. Here, an artisan meticulously crafts a gleaming amulet, the corno an Italian symbol of protection. Its curved horn, reminiscent of a bull's, was not just an ornament, but a potent shield, meant to deflect negativity back to its source. In another corner of the world, a mischievous hand gesture takes on a deeper meaning. The playful act of making horns with the fingers, a taunt exchanged between children, becomes a potent symbol. It's a way to challenge the curse, to mock the sender's ill will with a defiant gesture, a silent dare to unleash their worst. Throughout the Near East, bazaars overflowed with intricate evil eye beads, glass orbs imbued with protective magic. Imagine a young woman, about to embark on a journey, selecting a bead with utmost care. The central blue circle, the color of the sky and hope, stared back defiantly, surrounded by a ring of black, a stark reminder of the darkness it repelled. These potent talismans were hung in homes, worn on clothing, a constant vigil against the unseen. The evil eye, a chilling spectre haunting the corners of human experience, persists to this day. Perhaps it speaks to our deepest anxieties about the fragility of happiness, the fear of envy and misfortune lurking around every corner. Or maybe it reflects a primal fear of the unknown, of forces beyond our control, a fear that whispers in the dead of night, a fear that chills us even in the heart of a crowded marketplace. The stories are legion. Tales of a child, vibrant and full of life, suddenly falling ill after a stranger's overly admiring gaze. Accounts of a prosperous merchant's business withering after a competitor's envious stare. Legends speak of entire villages succumbing to a mysterious plague, whispered to be the work of a malevolent sorcerer with a single, malevolent eye. But the fear wasn't just about the immediate consequences. The evil eye, they believed, could linger, a curse that festered like a hidden wound. It could sour relationships, warp achievements, and cast a shadow over even the brightest future. Marriages would crumble under a perceived eye, and Haresh careers would falter under the unseen weight of the Baskania. Paranoia, some might scoff, but in a world where the line between the natural and supernatural was often blurred, the fear of the evil eye was a powerful motivator. It shaped social interactions, fostered a sense of community, and fueled a constant vigilance against unseen threats. Mothers wouldn't just whisper prayers, they'd tie red strings around their children's wrists, a vibrant symbol meant to ward off the evil eye. Markets overflowed with not just evil eye beads, but also intricately carved wooden hands, the hamsa. A symbol from the Middle East, its 5 outstretched fingers a shield against negativity. Even seemingly mundane actions took on a deeper meaning. Spitting on the ground after receiving a compliment wasn't just uncouth, it was a way to break the potential curse before it could take hold. The act of offering a guest a bite of your food wasn't just hospitality, it was a way to establish a bond, a connection that could potentially deflect the evil eye. The legend of the evil eye, though chilling, also speaks to a profound human desire for control. In a world where illness, misfortune, and sudden death were common occurrences, the evil eye offered an explanation, a way to understand the chaos, and perhaps a way to fight back. So, the next time you feel a lingering gaze, a prickle of unease, remember the whispers of old, the chilling legend of the evil eye, and perhaps, just perhaps, reach for a talisman, a silent prayer whispered against the darkness. For even if the evil eye is just a story, the fear it evokes speaks to something real: the fragility of life, the power of unseen forces, and the enduring human desire to protect ourselves from the shadows.